the fluid was surprisingly not low. I didn't really lose much. In a normal system, I would have expected it to go down a little bit after doing brake work because the system would have been emptied out or whatever, and it should be bled first anyways. When you bleed the brakes, you get the air out of the system and all that. But I would expect after filling it up after all that, even after bleeding and stuff, sometimes you'll still get a little bit of it going into the system that wasn't there. And that's about what it was equivalent to, if that makes any sense. So anyway, we have 2 more roundabouts. At the second roundabout is also the on-ramp to the interstate. This is the 70-mile-per-hour road. Please be going straight, thank you. Okay, so the next stretch here is going to be potentially scarier. That last bit wasn't too bad, but traffic was okay. There's typically a lot more traffic on this next stretch. It's all moving faster on this next stretch. I start in the right lane just like you always do on the highway, unless you're one of those other side of the road countries. That's you, Leah. And so we start out on the right side. I have to merge over to the left eventually. I'll stay in the right for now because that's the slower lane. The left side is where the exit is going to be, though. My exit from this road is on the left side of the highway. So, alright, here we go. We are on the big road, y'all. Woohoo! Oh, speed limit 60. We like that. Slower speed limit is good. What I don't like is that I can't see past any of those trucks. So, if something happens up ahead there, I will have no way of knowing it. I will have no way of reacting to it. Not enough time to brake. So hopefully they get ahead of me a bit. I am doing oh gosh, oops, going too fast. I was just doing almost 70, about 68 miles per hour, 69. So yeah, oops. I'm gonna slow that down a bit. Not just because the speed limit is 60 and fines and points are doubled, but also because safety. For those who don't know, the fines, you probably can guess, that's the amount of money you have to pay for a ticket for speeding or for whatever your ticket is. But the fines for any moving violation in a construction zone, i.e. any of those signs with the orange on them, construction zones, all of those are double fines. So a ticket that would normally be $300 just became $600. Any ticket that would normally be $500 just became $1,000. In Wisconsin, we have something called demerit points. You start with 0 points on your driver's license. For different offenses, there are different point distributions. You can only get 11 in a year. If you get a 12th, then you lose your license. It might be suspended, it might be revoked. It really depends on your history. If you're a repeat offender, you've lost it a lot, then the punishments get harder and harder every time. As I've said in another video, I lost my license a lot when I was younger, so I don't know where I stand as far as what the next one would be, but I'd never come anywhere near that now because typically I drive okay. I don't race like I used to. I used to race. That was not good. Not safe. Fun, but not safe. But honestly, as dangerous as it was weaving in and out of traffic, I gotta say that would still be safer right now than driving this car. These brakes are so not good. But that's alright. I'm keeping my distance. You can see people are getting further and further away from me. I'm doing 60 on the nose. Probably will not go below that because everyone's doing like 10 over because it's the interstate and they don't seem to care that the construction zone is 60 miles an hour. But I don't want to go crazy with the speed and get a ticket, but I also don't want to go too slow and become the hazard. If you go way slower than everyone, regardless of the speed limit, you will be the hazard and you will then be in danger safety standpoint, absolutely not. From a safety standpoint, if everybody is going 80, you're not going to be safe driving 70. I mean, you can do it, but you're going to be passed a lot. You're going to miss and I don't even care about upsetting other people. I mean, I do, but I don't as far as traffic. But like, you become the danger. So everyone's kind of chilling in behind me. I've seen tons of people get over from the left lane and into the right. I think they can't possibly think I'm a cop. There's no way. The cops just like confiscated this car and made it an undercover. 4 gray doors on a maroon colored car. Loud, obnoxious, lots of illegal stuff going on in this car. As far as like the exhaust, the cracked windshield. Anyway, I got over because my exit is coming up here and that guy just sped ahead of me to get over. Good for him. May he have a fantabulous day. Or she. We are now getting off, and this, I'm just gonna like coast it. I'm not gonna touch my brake any more than I actually have to. So we're just gonna coast around here, and then I have to get from here to the far right side. This is gonna merge onto the left side of the next road, and I have less than a mile, I think, to jump over to the far right side. You'll see. You'll see it. Right here, we start to merge, and we have traffic, of course. All right, so we're gonna get over there. I just saw brake lights. That's not good. Okay, we get over there. Boom. Now we're over. Now we're just gonna stay chilling down here at 50 miles an hour. People are gonna cruise along way faster than that because that's the nature of the Beltline. People just haul butt on this road. For those of you familiar with the Autobahn, this is kind of our version of it. Sort of. Use your blinker, the original instant message. I love those fun signs. They're great to read. So my exit is coming up, and that very short dotted line you see to the left of the car is an indication that I'm in an exit lane. So I know a lot of people watching this will probably already know that, but I just thought I would share for those who do not. Because let's be real, lots of people from different countries are watching these videos, and I mean, not mine, but just in general. But there are, I know Belgium and, what is it? Oh, not Bulgaria. I can't think of it. There's a lot of, but there's other countries on other continents that are represented on YouTube, like just within our group of channels. So, like our core group. All right. Oh, hey, hello. Stop. All right, we're braking, we're good. We're good. All right, we stop on red. Pull ahead just enough, and it's good. All right. And then we turn one more time. Whew, it is really hot in this car, man. Like, it is roasting in here. But I can't roll my window down until I turn the car off and back on, at which point it'll roll down on its own, and I have to hold the button. I have to hit the roll up button as soon as I want it to stop, and then I have to sit there and hold the button until it actually does stop, and it'll kind of jerk upward. Because that is the nature of the beast. This car is crazy, man. This car has all kinds of little quirks. We love it. But I've gotten so used to it, like all these little quirks and different things on cars. I've driven cars with so many different problems. Some were safe to drive despite their problems. Some were uncomfortable to drive but still safe. Many were illegal, but not necessarily knowingly illegal. Like, a cop wouldn't look at you and know that it's illegal. Like in my case, for example, the dash lights don't work, so at nighttime I can't see the speedometer. But I have an app I use for it, so it's fine. But speaking of that, I don't have a gas gauge either, so I have to, well, it doesn't work. So I use an app that's actually odometer, speedometer, keeps track of all the stuff for me, and then I use the odometer to determine how far I've driven since my last fill up. I know that I get about 20 miles to a gallon in this car, and I know it has a 17-gallon tank, so I use the information to keep track of my mileage. And since we are approaching a stop sign, I can actually just real quick just kind of see all these numbers. All those numbers are, it's all mileage. It's all mileage. I write down the mileage after every single time I drive, and that is how I keep track of the fuel. So we are at, the last video was like 8.5 minutes or something, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't know, something like that. We're now at 11 minutes and like 15 seconds, and so still a fairly decent, not too long and not too short, I guess. But I am approaching, and I don't know where he wants me to go, and I'm going to need my phone to contact him, so I am going to turn off this camera, and I'll let you all know how it goes.